Hello, and welcome to another side quest episode of Talk This.
It's dangerous to podcast alone.
I'm your older host, Madelyn.
I'm your younger host, Emma.
Has that ever been... I feel like that's not something we talk about much on the show.
I don't think we've ever said that.
I mean, you'd think it would be assumed, given that I am a college graduate and you're still in college, but I guess that doesn't have to be true.
I think it might have to, yeah.
You could just be dumb.
Yeah. But no, I was thinking more like, I don't know if we've mentioned those two facts in conjunction particularly often, so it would take a dedicated listener to know that.
Or just someone who knows us personally.
Yes, that's also true, but,
or just someone who
they wouldn't have to assume if
someone who has an expert way of
personally.
telling based on vocal tone.
Is that a thing?
No, you kidding? Well, I don't
Okay.
know. I'm not an expert.
I mean, I guess like if you're like 20 years apart, maybe, depending.
Well, we are.
Oh right, I forgot. Madelin's 70. I'm 50. Didn't you know?
Something
We
that I
both
didn't.
got a slow start on college, apparently.
Something that I didn't include in this week's Flashback Friday, from our second episode, was me doing my granny voice. So that was was on brand.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, welcome to this side quest episode where, yes, we talk about ourselves, but usually not just our ages, but also what we've been playing these past 2 weeks.
Yep.
So Emma, I'll just jump right in. What have you been playing these past 2 weeks?
Well, I have been playing a lot of Persona 3 Portable, because why would I play any of my new Christmas gifts when I could just get myself another game and start playing that?
It's the gift. It's like a Christmas gift to yourself.
The logical, sane person I am. But it's really good to play on the Metro, is what I found. Because I'll stop on the weekend when I'm in the dungeon, which is sort of a tedious, repetitive thing, but it's easy to, like, open it up, because I have 8 stops on 2 different lines. So, like, I go 8 stops on one line and then 8 stops on another line, which gives me a lot of time while I'm sitting there. And the red line, which I take, is usually pretty empty when I get on it. So I just open it up, play a few floors, then close it.
So is this on the 3DS, the PSP?
Well, I'm playing it on an emulator, actually.
Oh.
Because I dug out the PSP, because I was going to play it just on the PSP, but it doesn't connect to WPA2 Wi-Fi connections. You have to, like, change your router settings to connect to the internet.
It has to be
and any physical copies I could
right?
find was about, like, $160 plus. So I decided to just get it on an emulator.
That seems like the wise move.
Yeah, and that makes it even better to play it on the Metro, because then I can save at any time, because it has its own save system outside of just the internal save system.
That's super nice.
Yeah.
Not being able to save all the time in games is something that I'm glad is going the way of the dodo.
Yeah.
Because in our busy lives, it can be frustrating to have to run around looking for a save point.
Yeah. I mean, you can save a lot in Persona 3 Portable. It's just when you're in the dungeon, you can't, like, save on floors, which is part of, like, the challenge of the battle system, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but if I'm on the Metro and, like, I don't want to warp back down to the beginning and start the climb over again, because they have, like, permanent transporters that you can go to from the bottom, but then just transporters that take you back down also. But I can just save it. But I can just save it using the emulator and pick it back up on my Metro ride home.
I have not yet used my Switch as a handheld yet.
Me neither.
I feel nervous.
I don't have a case for it, so I don't want to bring it out with me if I don't have a place to put it.
That's true. I can't carry my cozy pajama pants around to cushion it.
Yeah.
Except when I'm really bringing it long distances.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know. It feels like, I feel like somebody's just gonna like grab it out of my hands. It feels
It's
like...
It's not really a commute handheld for me. Like, it's more like a car ride handheld.
But see, I can't do that stuff in the car. I'll get sick.
Yeah, that's also true. Or like you've gone somewhere and you're playing it in your hotel room occasionally or something. It feels like that kind of handheld.
I guess that
rather
makes
than,
sense.
like,
Yeah.
pull it out whenever. Because it's kind of big.
Well, it's not... Is it bigger than a PSP? I don't think it's that much bigger than a PSP.
Yes. I would say it's twice the size of a PSP.
I'm wrong. Never mind.
Maybe 2.5 times the size. Because I can see them both right now. And it's definitely a lot bigger. I don't know how big a Vita is, though. So
That's fair. Well, it's partially, too, is that the games that I have for Switch aren't games that I can... Something about mobile gaming is that I don't think of mobile gaming anymore, or at least something that I'm doing on my commute, for something with games where I'm going to want to sit down and do a lot at a time. And both, like, Fire Emblem, like, you just can't play unless you have at least 20 minutes at a time, right?
yeah. Although you can save mid-battle in Warriors.
Yeah,
apparently.
yeah, but, like, you'll totally forget what's going on and what you've told everyone to do, and I'm not about that kind of micromanaging turn at a time battle. Like, I can play original Fire Emblem a turn at a time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sort of, at least, but it's something. But not that game, not where it's like, I'm having to give strategy, but also it's in real time.
Yeah.
Also, I imagine on the Switch, I would just have no idea what's going on because the screen is even tinier on the little Switch.
That's true.
And then Breath of the Wild, I think playing 10 minutes at a time would not be what the game is built for.
Mm-hmm.
You can save at any time, but I just don't think... I think it would be not very satisfying gaming experience.
Mm-hmm. I could see bringing Zelda on, like, if you were taking a train down here.
No, definitely. But in that case, that's not a commute exactly, right?
Yeah.
That's like playing it on an airplane. Playing it on an airplane, I think, could be really good, which is something I only just thought of now as a possibility. Not that I fly anywhere these days, but I wish I had had it when I was flying back and forth to school, because that would have been really nice.
Mm-hmm.
So have you been playing anything other than Persona?
Because I felt bad. I was like, I was going to see someone this morning, and then plans fell through, and I was like, I'll just pull out my Persona 3 Portable, and then I saw my Switch sitting alone, looking lonely. I was like, gosh. So I started playing Splatoon 2, which is the Nintendo third-person shooter. It's pretty fun. I think I'm just not used to it, and also I haven't been using the controller grip, because it feels awkward when I hold it when I play Warriors. But I think I should try it for this because you have to aim by moving it, but also by using the right stick. So my right hand really, really hurts right now from what I was doing to hold it, because most of it is over on the right side, as opposed to the left side. So my thumb is kind of dead.
So wait,
for whatever reason.
I understand you correctly in saying you hold just the two separate controllers.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
I don't like the controller grip. It hurts my hands.
It's just like any other controller.
No, I think I'm just so used to the PlayStation 4 controller that that's the only comfortable... Like, even playing when I come over there and use the PlayStation 3 controllers, it's just... I think it's because it's small. It's smaller.
You're so pampered.
I know.
Oh, I can only use a DualShock 4.
The DualShock 4 is super comfortable to hold. I don't know if I've gotten used to it, so now my hands have melded to that shape, but it really is.
Oh, what's this under my mattress? Oh, it's a tiny Switch cartridge. I can't sleep. That's you.
Speaking of that, though, Nintendo wastes so much plastic on these game boxes.
I know. Why don't they put them in DS-size packages?
I don't know. Even the DS-size packages were, like, oversized for the cartridge.
Right, but if you were going to have a game manual in there, they couldn't really be any smaller than that.
Yeah, but they don't do game manuals anymore.
Well, you win some, you lose some, right? What we gained in plastic, we lost in paper.
That's true, but I think that plastic is a little worse than paper.
You're probably right.
Just a thought. Seems right to me.
Yeah, well, think of the electricity you're using while you play video games.
Yep. But I think I'm getting close to the end of Persona 3 Portable, if you can believe it. I think it's a slightly shorter game than the latter two, which isn't to say it's short, but it's shorter.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little, I don't know why exactly it's shorter. There's less stuff to do, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. Then again, I never finished Persona 4, so I don't really have a good idea of how long that game went. It felt really long. I only got, I think, like halfway through it. I was like, this is really long. As I mentioned in my blog, it probably picks up, and all the games sort of have this problem, but in the middle, I felt like Persona 4 just, like, really dragged. And I think it was because they sort of telecast a couple of mysteries a little too well. Like, they try to figure out what the pattern is, because there's, like, victims being pulled into this world. And they try to figure out what the pattern is, and it's like, obviously it's people who have been on TV. You figure that the player can figure that out after, like, the second person. But they're still, like, trying to figure it out at, like, person 5 or 6, and they haven't done anything else, like, forward momentum in the story, which is why it felt longer to me. Whereas this one's, like, even though they drag in the middle, there's at least, you feel like you're moving forward in the story at a reasonable pace, like in 5 and in Portable right now. So, I'm enjoying it.
That's great.
But what have you been playing? You been playing any more Zelda?
I've played, not in the past couple days, but I have, over the past 2 weeks, played a bunch more Zelda. I finally, the spoiler that you revealed for me last time, I then discovered, but I was like, oh, Emma already told me this.
Is it supposed to be surprising?
Well, I hadn't thought of it, so
okay.
Make whatever inferences from that you will. And yeah, the old man finally sort of revealed himself to me. That's a weird sense.
Internet troll.
It's an internet troll, exactly. He was like, LOL, and then he disappeared.
That's exactly what trolls do.
Yeah.
Good idea.
But it's been fun. It's satisfying. I got a pony.
A pony?
And I think I'm not sure if I was trying to make friends with it and, like, ride it a lot, but I'm sort of afraid to leave it anywhere because it might run away.
That's sad.
So I had a lot of stuff that I wanted to look at, but I didn't want to get off my horse. I don't know. It's very cool. It is very cool to explore and run around. And I do feel like I'm only just starting to see pieces of the world, which is cool. I wish they would give me more hearts. I had to decide whether to trade my things for more stamina, like climbing and running ability, or more hearts. And so of course I picked stamina, because if I picked hearts, that would have been me admitting that I'm bad at this game.
That's not. No, that's not how it works.
Yes, it is.
But I think you can get up to, like, a ton of hearts by the end, so.
Well, I hope that's coming, because I'm really tired of only having 3.
Well, I think you just trade the spirit orbs for it.
Yes, but that's what I did. All the spirit orbs, it took me, like, at least a few hours to find 4.
We'll go find more.
Okay, thanks. Jeez, you're like the old man. You're like, find more, do more, defeat Ganon. Calamity Ganon. What kind of a name is Calamity Ganon, by the way?
Cool one.
I mean, yeah, but...
Sounds like a pro wrestler.
In the ring today, our reigning champion, Calamity Ganon. I'm just doing voices today. I don't really know why. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. The visuals are really beautiful, obviously. I think I'm getting a little bit better at the game.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still frustrated that my Boko clubs keep breaking.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a dumb mechanic.
Oh, well.
none of the other games have ever had this. You just get your sword, and then eventually you get a better sword. And this whole, like...
But, I mean, there's weapons all over the place.
Right. But you can only carry so many at a time.
Yeah, so that's why they break so often.
But it's dumb. Why do they have to break so fast? There's no reason except to be, like, completely irritating.
But you can use doesn't it do, like, critical damage on the last hit?
I have no idea. Does it?
I think it does.
Great.
So.
Another thing that I didn't know about the game that Emma, who hasn't played any of the games, teaching me. Yeah. Hooray. I'm so good at this game.
But you've mostly been playing that.
I played that. I've gone back to my farm in Stardew Valley. You know, I'd really thought, like, when I stopped playing it for a while this summer, that I had sort of exhausted everything that there was to do in the game. I was like, oh, I'm good at farming now. Like, I'm making friends with most of the people. I've got all the way down to the bottom of the mines. And now I'm finding all these new areas I can go to that I didn't know about before. So there's, like, a desert, and I can finally go into the sewers, and I have a pig and sheep now, and all sorts of stuff. Anyway, there's all sorts of new stuff that is sort of making the game interesting again, which is cool, because usually after this amount of time in a game, it's boring, but I still feel like I have stuff to accomplish, which is good, because it makes me feel accomplished as I feel that I am doing nothing in my real life, which is great.
Apparently there's a multiplayer mode coming.
Yeah, he's been talking about that for, like, since the game came out, so we'll see.
Yeah. I think it's like actually coming this time.
Well, I'm hyped for it. I can make Josh farm for me. That's what I'll do. I'm just gonna be like, you're gonna play the game, but all you're gonna do is do all the chores that I don't want to do.
Yeah, and you'll hang out with your boyfriend.
He's my husband now.
Oh, you'll hang out with your husband.
Yeah. Who occasionally feeds the ducks or whatever. So, when has Josh last fed the ducks for me? Never.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Never. How inconsiderate. First he has to get you ducks, though.
No, we're done with ducks. Ducks can stay in Miami. Have I been playing anything else? I guess we played some stuff. We played some Borderlands together when I was home.
Was that the last 2 weeks?
I think so, yeah.
I thought we talked about it last time.
Did we? It must have been right at that 2-week mark.
Yeah.
It was so exciting for me that I was eager to talk about it again, but
yeah.
Emma is not.
We played some Borderlands 2 together. I was far leveled above her, so I carried most of the weight with my bad cool skills.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? What has importantly come out this week, though? The beginning of the Talk This Sisters YouTube channel. That's what I've been playing, hitting the play button on this week.
Yeah. Put the introduction video up for the new video series, Play This. So you can find that link on our Facebook and Twitter. So you gotta go check it out. I'm excited to do it. I'm still deciding. I need to start working on it soon, or it won't be done in time. Because I'm just gonna be working on it like in the mornings before work. But I'm still deciding which game I want to do for the first video.
Well, I am probably also going to be posting our new series of Flashback Friday highlight reels from our episodes on YouTube as soon as Emma gives me the password.
It's the same as all the passwords.
Don't say that on the air. For a moment I thought you were going to be like, oh, here's the password. Like, give it to me right then.
Fishy McGee 27.
Emma.
That's her password.
Give it a try, folks. But yeah, if you've been following our Facebook, because Instagram only lets you post videos up to a minute, and I'm sorry, we have more highlights than I can fit into a minute of video time. The past couple Fridays, I've been posting sort of like roughly 4 to 5 minute highlight reels of some of our old episodes. So the highlights from Oxenburn, Burnout and Oxenfree are up on Facebook now, so you should give it a listen. And
Ghost cars.
what?
Ghost cars.
Yeah, ghost cars.
That's what I remember.
The self-driving cars.
Mm-hmm.
It was probably one of our finer mashups. You're absolutely right when you say we've gotten much worse at mashups as time has gone on.
We've gotten lazy, complacent.
True. We aren't striving for greatness anymore. Merely acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
And on that mediocre note. Oh, one more thing though. In that second episode, I did not wish everyone have a good day or something.
Wow, you have to do it twice now.
I know, I'm going to, just as sort of a bonus,
But before that, we should close up. Make sure to follow us on all of our social media. We mentioned the YouTube, which is Talk This Sisters. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all at Talk This Podcast. Website, talkthispodcast.com. What else? Next week, we pulled these 5 weeks ago, because we did our anniversary episode. But we're going to talk about Disney Skate Adventure and PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds next week.
get hype.
So look forward to that.
How will we mash them up? They're already so similar.
Oh yeah, just exactly the same thing. We'll just have to try.
Look for new content coming out on the blog this week. I have a couple posts in the works. And for another Flashback Friday on, you guessed it, Friday.
Wow.
Now we have to do it. We have to do it simultaneously.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Have a great
Have
day.
a great day.